In the heart of West Africa, a new rivalry is brewing. Countries once bound by trade, history, and brotherhood are now staring across borders with clenched fists. Niger, Benin, Togo, and the regional giant Nigeria. What really happened? What pushed these nations apart? From military coups to border blockage, from fuel crisis to power struggle. This is the story of a regional fallout threatening to shake Ecowas to its core. Welcome to Brotherhood in Crisis. It all began in July 2023 when the democratically elected president of Niger, Mohamed Bazoum, was ousted by General Abdourahamane Tchiani. West Africa watched in disbelief, and Nigeria, as Ecowas chair, responded first and hardest. Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu declared that democracy must be restored or consequences will follow. In Tinubu style, he said, "We will not allow military rule to take over our region again." But in Niger, this was seen not as diplomacy but dominance. Soon after, Nigeria shut down electricity supplies to Niger, plunging homes into darkness. Borders were closed. Ecowas sanctions hit hard, but instead of submission, Niger turned away from Nigeria, away from Ecowas, and towards a new alliance, the AES bloc, which is the alliance of the Sahel states. Now, this is some of the reasons why Niger is at war with Nigeria. They are not seeing eye to eye. Niger accused Nigeria of perpetrating Ecowas to serve foreign interests. A brotherhood began to crumble. On the part of Benin exactly shares more than a border with Nigeria. It shares ports, market, and centuries of trade. But beneath the surface lies deep friction. Nigeria accuses Benin of letting smugglers fraud its market with cheap rice, petrol, and contraband goods. In 2019, President Buhari shut Nigeria's border with Benin, and he quotes, "We must protect our local industries." But to Benin's traders, it was an economic death sentence. Millions lost livelihoods, and bitter feelings brew amongst the Benins. Fast forward to 2023 and 2024, Benin sided with Nigeria on the ECOWAS sanctions against Niger. Niamey viewed this as betrayal, and I quote, Niger military spokesperson said, "Benin has aligned with our oppressors. We will not forget. They have war with Benin too again." Today, trade routes remain tense, port competitions rises, and trust is on life support. But for Togo, they are in the shadows of darkness. Togo may be small, but its role in the regional drama is anything but visible. Though quiet, Togo supported ECOWAS sanctions on Niger. It backed Nigerian stance, but without fanfare. In response, Niger military leaders lumped Togo in with the so-called puppets of Abuja. Behind the scenes, Togo also faces frictions with Nigeria over Gulf of Guinea security and maritime patrols. And this is why cooperation is turning into quiet competition. As trade routes realign, Togo's diplomacy walks a tightrope. But the real fire behind these tensions is economic. Nigerians' fuel subsidy removal in 2023 sent shockwaves across West Africa. Petrol prices tripled overnight. Smuggling became a gold mine. But border towns in Niger and Benin thrived off Nigerian fuel. Now, with Nigerian cracking down, livelihoods are collapsing. And add to this, Nigerians' electricity cut to Niger, the capital of Niamey, dimmed. Hospitals struggle and resettlement deepen. Nigeria wants Niger to kneel, but they said they will stand tall without Nigeria. In response to ECOWAS pressure, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso formed the Alliance of Sahel States (AES). They rejected Western influence, broke ties with ECOWAS, and leaned towards Russia. A new era of West African geopolitics had begun. To Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso, he said to his alliance that we are sovereign, we will chart our own destiny. And to Nigeria, this was fragmentation. To the Sahel state, it was freedom. Today, Ecowas is weakened. Nigeria remains its most powerful member, but increasingly alone. Benin and Togo remains loyal for now, but resentment is rising. AES grows borders, the rift widens. What was once West Africa's greatest hope for unity now sits divided. This is modern democracy. This is a battle of visions, military sovereignty versus regional democracy, Russian influence versus Western aid, survival versus strategy. Niger, Benin, Togo, and Nigeria. The wounds are real, but so is the history. The question is, can brotherhood rise again from this storm? Or is this the beginning of permanent fracture in West Africans' hearts? Only time will tell, but the drums of division are beaten loud. This is the full story of why this brotherhood is crumbling, of why Nigeria, Niger, Benin, and Togo are at war with each other, not with weapons, but with minds and tricks. What do you think about all these crises between brothers? Whatever you think, drop it in the comment section, and thanks for watching this channel.